give up, you have to be dead, or completely incapacitated.
Still Dre na son. Still me. What's up agenda? No purpose no meeting. TCP flags. Python basic. DevOps maven. Yeah. Yeah. Now but? TCP uses TCP flags to identify important types of packets. Packets meaning internet layer, right? Yeah. Maybe. Anyway, some flags. Now but? SYN flag. SYN flag is assigned to any packets that are a part of the SYN phases of the three-way handshake. ACK flag. Acknowledgement flag acknowledges that a previous packet has been received. PSH flag. Push flag is designed to force data on an application. Urge flag. Urgent flag specifies that a packet is urgent. FUN flag. Finish flag specifies that you would like to finalize, or end, the connection. This is how TCP connection is ended not so rude way. RST flag. Reset flag is used to end TCP conversation in the very rude way. Now but? Python but. Compilation versus interpretation. Advantages and disadvantages. Compilation advantages. The execution of the translated code is usually faster, only the user has to have the compiler. The end user may use the code without it. The translated code is stored using machine language, as it is very hard to understand it. Your own inventions and programming tricks are likely to remain your secret. Now but disadvantages. The compilation itself may be a very time-consuming process. You may not be able to run your code immediately after making an amendment. You have to have as many compilers as hardware platforms you want your code to be run on. Now but? Interpretation advantages. You can run the code as soon as you complete it. There are no additional phases of translation. The code is stored using programming language, not machine language. This means that it can be run on computers using different machine languages. You don't compile your code separately for each different architecture. Now but? Interpretation disadvantages. Don't expect interpretation to ramp up your code to high speed. Your code will share the computer's power with the interpreter, so it can't be really fast. Both you and the end user have to have the interpreter to run your code. What does this all mean for you? Nothing pretty much, son. But Python is an interpreted language. This means that it inherits all the described advantages and disadvantages. Of course, it adds some of its unique features to both sets. If you want to program in Python, you'll need the Python interpreter. You won't be able to run your code without it. Fortunately, Python is free. This is one of its most important advantages. Due to historical reasons, languages designed to be utilized in the interpretation manner are often called scripting languages, while the source programs encoded using them are called scripts. Now but. DevOps Maven about. Maven, a Yiddish word meaning accumulator of knowledge, began as an attempt to simplify the build processes in the Jakarta Turbine project. There were several projects, each with their own ant build files, that were all slightly different. Jars were checked into CVS. We wanted a standard way to build the projects, a clear definition of what the project consisted of, an easy way to publish project information, and a way to share jars across several projects. The result is a tool that can now be used for building and managing any Java-based project. We hope that we have created something that will make the day-to-day work of Java developers easier and generally help with the comprehension of any Java-based project. Maven's objectives. Maven's primary goal is to allow a developer to comprehend the complete state of a development effort in the shortest period of time. In order to attain this goal, Maven deals with several areas of concern, making the build process easy. Providing a uniform build system. Providing quality project information. Encouraging better development practices. Making the build process easy. While using Maven doesn't eliminate the need to know about the underlying mechanisms, Maven does shield developers from many details. Providing a uniform build system. Maven builds a project using its project object model, POM, and a set of plugins. Once you familiarize yourself with one Maven project, you know how all Maven projects build. This saves time when navigating many projects. Providing quality project information. Maven provides useful project information that is in part taken from your POM and in part generated from your project sources. For example, Maven can provide change log created directly from source control, cross-referenced sources, mailing lists managed by the project, dependencies used by the project, unit test reports including coverage. Third-party code analysis products also provide Maven plugins that add their reports to the standard information given by Maven. Providing guidelines for best practices development. Maven aims to gather current principles for best practices development and make it easy to guide a project in that direction. For example, specification, execution, and reporting of unit tests are part of the normal build cycle using Maven. Current unit testing best practices were used as guidelines, keeping test source code in a separate, but parallel source tree. Using test case naming conventions to locate and execute tests. Having test cases set up their environment instead of customizing the build for test preparation. Maven also assists in project workflows such as release and issue management. Maven also suggests some guidelines on how to lay out your project's directory structure. Once you learn the layout, you can easily navigate other projects that use Maven. While Maven takes an opinionated approach to project layout, some projects may not fit with this structure for historical reasons. While Maven is designed to be flexible to the needs of different projects, it cannot cater to every situation without compromising its objectives. What is Maven not? You might have heard some of the following things about Maven. Maven is a site and documentation tool. Maven extends Ant to let you download dependencies. Maven is a set of reusable Ant scriptlets. While Maven does these things, these are not the only features Maven has, and its objectives are quite different. If your project has an unusual build structure that cannot be reorganized, you may have to forego some features or the use of Maven altogether. Now okay, Maven is something complicated as you can see for a dumb man like my son. Now some become a trader info in some strange language for you son ha.
Užsienio valiutų rinkos ir tarpbankinė rinka. Įvadas į finansų rinką. Finansinių priemonių rinkų reguliavimo aplinka. Finansinių priemonių apyvarta. Finansų maklerio įmonių, kredito įstaigų, teikiančių investicinės paslaugas ir finansų maklerių reguliavimas. Instituciniai investuotojai, ekonominės teorijos ir analizė. Konsultavimas investavimo į finansinės priemonės klausimais.
What is this she? But now agronoms maybe. Day 18. MIB, Men in Black ha. Nah. Management Information Base. MIMO, Multiple Input, Multiple Output. MLA, Master License Agreement or Multilateral Agreement. MMF, Multimode Fiber. MOA, Memorandum of Agreement. MOU, Memorandum of Understanding. MPLS, Multi-Protocol Label Switching. MS, CHAP, Microsoft Challenge Handshake Authentication Protocol. MSA, Master Service Agreement. MSDS, Material Safety Data Sheet. Bye. Next on Not Ready to Die Still for 60 Years. TCP header and some same old. Bye.